Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog, and I can no longer hold off on this topic. I have to talk about it because after seeing the Portland Trail Blazers and the Lakers game over the weekend, I'm officially concerned about Russell Westbrook. Okay, full disclosure, I placed a bet this year on the Lakers winning the NBA championship. It was a $100 bet. If they win, I get paid out $650. Their odds have actually gotten worse since losing to Houston, Oklahoma City twice, and now losing to Portland. And it all stems from one player on that team, and that is Russell Westbrook. Okay, and I've wanted to talk about this for a while, but I've held off on it just to see if he would eventually, I don't know, like have a coming to God moment and actually like realize, hey, I'm not the only player on the basketball court, but that hasn't happened yet. So I kind of wanted to talk about this because the reason I want to talk about this is because LeBron, now they're saying his injury is significant enough to where LeBron could miss anywhere from 1 to 2 months. Okay. That is a significant amount of time, and it's just enough amount of time for Russell Westbrook to fuck everything up so that they're not even there's no reason why LeBron should have to come back and then try to backpack this team back into the fucking playoffs because Russell Westbrook fucked it up so much. And I after watching the Portland game, man, I really think trading for Russell Westbrook was a terrible idea. I get it, LeBron was a big part in this, where he pretty much basically got all his buddies to come play in, fucking LA. But apparently the trade was done for Buddy Hield. It was already done, and LeBron said no, he wanted Russell Westbrook. And right now, Buddy Hield is shooting 42% from three per game on 10 3-point shots per game. So just saying, in this current point in situation, I would probably rather have Rajon Rondo out there running point than Russell Westbrook right now. And I'm going to be honest, if it comes to that point where the Lakers are playing Rajon Rondo over Russell Westbrook, that's not a good sign. And I would almost argue that might be something they have to do, because Russell Westbrook is such a me guy that playing him with the bench unit might be the best place for him. And I know Russell Westbrook doesn't think he's a bench player, but we have to consider this, okay? He is no longer in Oklahoma City, and so he's no longer the number one guy. He goes to Houston, they say, nah, we've had enough. He goes to Washington, Bradley Beal has had enough of him. And he actually played decent when he played for the Wizards, but it's just the idea, Russell Westbrook is failing to understand that he is not the best player on his team anymore. He's not even the second best player on his team anymore. He is now the third best player, but he's still taking shots. He's still acting like he is the first or second best player on his team. And I get it. You're playing for the Lakers. You're playing for your hometown team. You want to show out. I get it. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. Lakers fans right now, I think, would prefer Russell Westbrook to stop trying to play a million miles per minute and be a fucking point guard, because that's what they're going to need Russell Westbrook to do. Okay? They need Russell Westbrook to just slow it down. Look for Carmelo. Look for Kent Bazemore. Okay? Look for Anthony Davis. Look for Dwight Howard. Look for DeAndre Jordan. He needs to do this. Okay? I get it. The Lakers brought on Russell Westbrook because because Russell Westbrook is Russell Westbrook. He's going to come out and give you a triple-double every night, but he's going to give you a triple-double with 10 turnovers, shooting 40% from the field, 20% from three, 60% from the free throw line, and then he has the IQ of a fucking, I don't know, a ball in a china shop. It's like, that's the way he just plays basketball. He has no feel for the game of basketball. And I've been watching the NBA since LeBron came into the league in 2003, and I've never seen a player play with such disregard for efficiency. I mean, he will put up 20 shots a night, make fucking 5 of them, and he doesn't even care. He doesn't even think about it, I don't think. And if we get to a point where LeBron needs to confront Russell Westbrook about this, and I have a feeling that's coming soon, I have a feeling the chemistry on this team is going to start to get fucked up. And I really, really worry about that, because you have Anthony Davis, who you have to keep happy. Okay, regardless of how long LeBron is out, this is the toughest task I think LeBron has ever had in his career, where he's got to try to keep everyone's ego in check. And Anthony Davis is one of those dudes, man, that it's like, I don't think he's going to put up with that shit. I don't think Carmelo's going to put up with that shit. And I get it. You know, Carmelo's played with Russell Westbrook before, so I think Carmelo knows what to expect. But you cannot have Russell Westbrook, okay, fucking up your team chemistry. You can't make it so people go out on the court with Russell Westbrook, or, you know, his teammates go out with him, and they just have lost all faith in him. You cannot have that happen. That's bad, because then it's like they will just lose their confidence in him. And I actually worry that if it gets to the point where the Lakers are playing Rajon Rondo over Russell Westbrook because it just gets that bad, they might look to trade him. You know what I'm saying? It just, you know, Russell Westbrook needs to put the team first for the first time in his career, okay, over himself. And I get it. He's been in a lot of situations where he got to be the number 1, number 2 guy, and he's used to being that, but he's not used to being a number 3 guy. And that might be hard for him to comprehend. He might not understand how to do that yet. But he needs to learn it pretty fucking fast, because the Lakers, like I said, LeBron is out for the next potentially 1 to 2 months, and they cannot have a stretch where they're, out of the next 2 months, they win maybe 10 or 11 games. They just cannot do that. And with the way Russell Westbrook is playing right now, it's looking like it could go that way. And, you know, the way the Lakers were constructed and everything is an argument for another day, but I would almost argue at this point, just based off of what I've already seen, start Rondo over Russell Westbrook. And I think that's actually coming at some point. Like, if he keeps playing like this, where he's playing against Portland and he's shooting fucking air balls, he's taking terrible shots, he's committing literally just unnecessary fucking turnovers because he's trying to go to the basket on 3 people, and he's not really even looking for anybody when he comes down the floor. I mean, I watched him throw lobs to Dwight Howard that weren't even close. I mean, like, the man has no feel for the game of basketball, and it's just I can't even say it's infuriating, because I'm not really a Lakers fan, but it's like, you know, this is a team that I expected so much out of, and it's like I would have loved to see, you know, LeBron run the point, Russ run the 2, and LeBron's throwing lobs to Russell Westbrook, and you know, they're switching on and off between point and, you know, I was expecting like kind of a D-Wade LeBron thing, you know, out of this, and I think maybe even LeBron was too, just because of how uberly athletic Russell Westbrook is. But the man just goes a million miles a minute, and he gets in his own way. I watched against Oklahoma City the second time they lost, man. I watched Russell Westbrook get a steal, and I think it was on Josh Giddey or somebody, I don't know who, but the guy was right in front of him the whole way down the floor. And anybody with, you know, a fucking brain in their head knows that, like, if you get a steal and you're on the fast break and you have no shot, or, you know, you're shielded going to the basket or whatever, yes, you could try to draw a foul, but the smarter thing would be to like slow the offense down a little bit and get a better shot, okay? Russell Westbrook is never going to do that. Russell Westbrook is never going to slow down the offense on a fast break because he doesn't have a shot. Okay, he's never going to do it. Russell Westbrook is always going to go a million miles a minute. He's always going to take the layup, even if it's bad. He's always going to continue to take shitty jump shots. I mean, it's just, I get it. You know, he's trying, and that's commendable that he's trying to elevate his team while LeBron is out, but you can't have this. You cannot allow Russell Westbrook to play this way for the next 1 to 2 months, potentially. Okay, and on top of it, man, the Lakers do not want to rush LeBron James back. They don't. LeBron James is what, 36, 37 years old? I mean, when LeBron gets injured, he's at a point in his career that when he gets injured, you need to let him rest. You need to let him fully heal. You cannot rush LeBron James back when he is injured at this point in his career. Okay, and unfortunately, that's the other possible scenario out of this, is like Russell Westbrook just plays so fucking shitty, and Rondo looks kind of like a shell of himself this year so far. And if Russell Westbrook just plays so shitty that LeBron decides, or he gets the okay to come back early, and then he injures himself again or makes that injury worse, the Lakers, like, this could literally determine if the Lakers even make the playoffs or not. So all I'm saying is Russell Westbrook needs to learn to be a team player, and he's got to do it pretty fucking fast, because he cannot do this. He cannot come out and think like he's in OKC again. He just cannot do it. And it's amazing to me how many players have basically given up on Russell Westbrook at this point. We saw Kevin Durant give up on him. We saw James Harden give up on him. We saw Bradley Beal give up on him. And not for nothing, man, but if LeBron gives up on you, you're probably not winning a championship ever in your fucking career. So that's another thing I just want to point out here. If Russell Westbrook cannot win with LeBron James, who is arguably the best basketball player ever, okay, and I said arguably, okay, I don't need any flack for that, but like he's in the conversation, okay? If you can't win a ring with LeBron James, you're not going to win a ring with anybody else. So that's something for Russell Westbrook to think about as well here going into the future. I know he's got a lot of pride. He has a lot of heart for a player in an era where it doesn't seem like a lot of players have a lot of heart, a lot of, I guess you could say a lot of dog in them, where it's like they're trying to, they want to win at all costs. But at this point in time, the risk is outweighing the reward on Russell Westbrook. And the Lakers are going to have, I have an odd feeling the Lakers are going to have a decision to make midway through the season if they trade Russell Westbrook, or Russell Westbrook needs to take a step back and realize that, like, he cannot continue to play the game the way he's been playing his entire career, at least not on this team. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. Tell me what you guys think down below in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on this. A like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more. This has been the Fast Break Report, and I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.